Here's how they line up. Nathan Edwards on pole position once again. Tom Ovenden, our new champion, alongside Max Edmondson and Nicholas Tandy. The Right Honourable, I think. It's very formal, isn't it, Nicholas? Then we've got Josh Porter and Alex Solly on row 3. Fourth row, Jensen O'Neill-Going and Charlie Hand, followed by Nathan Harrison and Harry Campy. Albert Webster and Lewis Selby complete row 6. Seventh row, Owen Hillman and Cam Richardson. Ned Anthony and Brent Bowie are on row 8, followed by Alex Brandon. Then we've got the first of the drivers in the sport category, Archie Johnson, championship leader. His arch rival, Henry Howarth, next up from Chris McKenzie and Ben Crossley. Will Crooks is next up, and I think completes the group because we've got a slightly greyed out Nicky Gauchi. There was a little bit of damage to the Jam Sport car, well, a fair bit of damage to the Jam Sport car, and I don't think Nicky is taking part, which is a shame for all our Maltese viewers that have been following him through his exploits in the Jam Sport Scholarship and through this year. He's got away with wins in class this year, but he's not going to get the final race, which is a pity. What isn't a pity is that we've got some very good strong drivers at the front. We've got Nathan Edwards on pole, we've got Tom Ovenden alongside, we've got Max Edmondson and a certain Mr. Tandy, all in the front 2 rows.
Yeah, looking at it actually, I reckon the first 4 rows could win this.
They are all capable of it, yeah, without a doubt.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. You know, this is the final lesson at school when you're in the, you know, you've done your GCSEs and it's like, right,
it's spring games in day, isn't it?
Who do I owe one to? That's a joke.
We're looking forward to this one. This one will set us up, I hope, in a good way for next season, which we're already bubbling about. Lights out, best of fortune, everybody. Look at that, Tandy away quickly from 4th on the grid, followed by Josh Porter. Max Edmondson a little bit slow away, but it's Nathan Edwards that gets away well. Tom Ovenden's got a job to do here as well. Ovenden would love to go out for a win, and he's nipping up the inside, he's going for it. Let's see who gets the best run as they go up into Druids. Ovenden going for the lead, but it's Edwards who gets across, and Tandy round the outside.
Yeah, Tandy trying to get the run, can't get it done, but very respectful from Tom Ovenden. But he better check up because Tandy is all over him, and it's going to be who's got the best set of tyres on him for this one. Max Edmondson, terrible start, but now down the inside of Josh Porter.
Never ever write Max Edmondson off. A racer, of course, the starting is the smallest part of it. Racing is the key bit. He's back in 4th place at the moment. Porter having a good run. Jensen O'Neill-Going. Someone's lost a wing mirror. I'm trying to pop who that is. Is it Jensen?
Yeah, Jensen, yeah. Bit of contact with Porter. Anyway, they've got it
sorted. He was fed up after the last race and chatting to him, and he was down in the dumps.
Really?
Stick in the dump, I'm going to call him now after that one. Goodness me.
Oh, dear me. We don't need any of that, do we?
No.
We're racing.
So, and this one again, this is going to be a cracker, isn't it? Tandy up into P2. Ovenden's got nothing to prove. She wants to bring the car home in one bit. That's the key thing. But Nick Tandy in 2nd. Edmondson is next up, then Porter, and of course they all Tandy coming into this. We said it in races 1 and indeed race 2 this weekend. Effectively, he's there with the target on his back because this guy has such a reputation. They all want to beat him.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll be happy with what he's done so far. He should be.
He's got nothing to prove, has he?
Exactly.
After that, yeah.
He hasn't anyway, to be fair. But like you say, he's put his neck on the line here, and he's come out and he's played with the boys. So fair play to him. But he's going to have to be careful here because Ovenden's looking like a big lock up there from Ovenden. Look how slow Edwards is into that apex of Paddock Hill Bend. That's going to check them all up as they all start to try and defend and go around the outside. Oh, look at that Edmondson. That'll be a move. He's got that done. He's got that done.
Yeah, Max Edmondson, I said not to worry about the start, didn't I? Up into 3. Ovenden again will be mindful that he wants to race with him. We hear a little clatter of the curb there.
Change your lead.
We are going. Here comes Tandy down the inside. I tell you what, you're right. Edwards doesn't look happy, does he?
No, there's something going on. The rears were locking up on that car. But look, now you've got Ovenden trying to go around the outside of Max Edmondson. Not happening. This has got all the ingredients for an absolute belter, this has.
Absolute cracker, yeah. Napa leads the championship, the team's championship, by 18 points. Coming into this one, it's going to do them no harm at all being out front. Accelerate are on the chase in this one, but this is what Tandy was brought in to do.
Yeah, exactly that. He's doing a professional job, as you would expect. He's ran a bit wide there, though. But wow, he carried some speed through. That looks like it could be a little bit of an opportunity. No, Edwards backs out of it. But they're very different in the different sectors. Look at Edmondson. Edmondson looks like the one who could really put pressure on for the win here.
Yeah, he wants to set himself up for next year. He's already made plenty of statements of intent this season, the 3rd place car, about what he can do. We fancied him as a championship challenger this year. Had a couple of days where things didn't quite go right. Some days were absolutely superb for the Pro Alloys team, and now he's putting Edwards under a lot of pressure. Edwards has done a great job in the second half of the season, and doing a good job here is Edmondson putting the pressure on. Ovenden trying to get involved as well. Edwards is popping the Interglens 11-11 car down the inside to try and get the lead back. He can't quite do it. It's a good run here by Tandy. Side by side into Druids. He's on the brakes now. Goes the 21 car, the local man. Side by side they go. And Edwards is going to try and force his way through. They're still side by side going into Graham Hill Bend. A little bit. Side by side they go. And Tandy goes back through. Edmondson sees the door open and pinks through into P2.
I'm going to say something very controversial here. Edwards, I don't think actually meant to take the lead. I really don't think he meant it. He was defending and then just found a gap, and Tandy didn't cover it off. But brilliant side-by-side racing, and yeah, Tandy elbows out. But look who's in P2. That car of Max Edmondson's looks rapid.
It does, and you know, if he'd have got the start sorted out, he would have saved himself a lot of work. I know he won't thank me for saying that. He's a good, quiet lad to chat to, but no, he'll appreciate that. He'll get that. Now, can he work? Is he going to work with Nathan Edwards try and reel in Nick Tandy up front? So it's Tandy, Edmondson, Edwards, Ovenden. Good stuff from Porter as well. Nathan Harrison fastest lap. He is in 6th place. Nathan's really enjoyed it. Great to chat with him earlier on, and again another driver putting his reputation on the line. Former champion coming back. Here's a replay.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was all done before this really, but this was great side-by-side stuff. Nathan Edwards down the inside, little bit of door banging there, but big respect to both of them. But look at Edmondson in that 33. He sizes this up brilliantly. Little bit of, sorry mate, there you go, have some of that.
A little bit?
Yeah.
You told me off for understating sometimes.
He didn't put that on the, he didn't put him on the grass. He just showed him a bit of green. Just showed him a bit of green paint. We don't mind that.
That's what people, that kind of racing is what people liked in the touring car racing in days gone by.
Yeah, did you see that? Tandy has just had a massive slide. I'm sure we
and
need
lost
to...
how much time? None.
Well, that car needs to be checked. I think it's rear-wheel drive, because he just had a massive second gear oversteer, power oversteer slide out of Druids. I've never seen anything like that in a Mini.
But the point I was making, the side-by-side stuff and getting into each other, you know, there's no harm done through that.
No.
It wasn't dirty, and that's what the fans want to come and see. This is why I was comparing this to touring cars. It is very much the feeder for it.
Exactly that, yeah. And like you say, as long as people aren't getting pushed on the grass and, you know, turned around in the brake zone, then I haven't got a problem with it at all. What I do have a problem is the bravery of these two rascals. Oh my word, if you go side by side through Westfield, you are stupid.
Nathan Harrison, look
well
at that.
Done.
Superb. That's, you see now, he's taken a couple of races to sort himself out quick, and I said to him, you got on the pace very quickly, and I think he was disappointed with how quickly he's got on the pace, but on the pace he very definitely is.
Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt. The boys are winning. He's all good. So watch this. Watch this of Tandy. I'm sure this is Tandy. Does he lock a rear going in? Yeah, look at that. Oh, double drift king. That's amazing. That looks, honestly, so the rears have locked up. And as a driver, look at that. He didn't lose any time. You're dead right. As a driver, you really appreciate that slide just being small on the way in, because it helps turn the car in. In a front-wheel drive car, you always get the front tyres wearing out, and it's just horrible getting the car turned in. That was a proper karting bit of driving there from Tandy.
I'm all right doing a shout out of Harry Hickton. Went down to see him. He's okay. He's maybe his foot hurts a little bit. He's the lad that had the rollover in race one. There was another car involved, apparently, so we'll let the judicials sort all that one out. I know the two drivers involved have spoken, as ever they do, the gentlemen that they are, but wish Harry well. Hope to see him back on track soon, but obviously not what we want to see in race 2. But just to clear up, there was another car involved in it.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a good shout, mate, because I was adamant that it looked like he just ran wide.
We only work with what we can see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
So plenty of racing going on, and there is Albert Webster up ahead of Cam Richardson. So this is, we think, Albert's swan song. We said that earlier in the year, but they put the new body kit on and it looks absolutely fantastic. And incidentally, Alex Brandon, do you remember we saw him going into the Rexacel barrier and bringing it in onto the track race? He said that the new body kit, had that with the old kit, it would have cost a lot more to fix.
That
and he said very
me.
little damage with the new kit. So good selling point there.
Yeah, that's all right. You can see the difference between Albert's car. The orange ring lights on it, LEDs. Actually looks a lot more aerodynamic, actually. It'd be interesting to see what the coefficient drag is, or whatever they call it.
Oh, you're getting into technical stuff now, you must be.
That's because I am very clever.
Deathly silence follows.
Yeah.
Here we go, back Cam Richardson up front. So there is there is Ned Anthony in the 32 car. First time for Ned Anthony on the GP loop, and his only day of testing was in the wet yesterday, so wasn't really prepared. Friday, but wasn't prepared for dry stuff on the GP. That's a big step, isn't it?
Oh, I remember my first ever time around the Grand Prix circuit. I've never been so scared. It is such a commitment-based circuit out the back. You come out of here, Graham Hill Bend, and you're like, oh, this is quite cool. I know all this bit. And then instead of going round the Indy, turning right now, you keep turning left, obviously, onto the GP loop. And then after that, all you do from here all the way to the finish line is hold your breath, because there's no other corners like it. Honestly, Richard, it's the only time I feel alive is driving around it. It's brilliant.
Have to get you back out racing on it.
I'm too old now, mate. Me and you should team up.
You won't want to do that, would you?
I'll do the pedals, you do the steering, lad.
Right, JCW Sport, I need to have a quick look at that, because it's Henry Houth leading it and Crossley second, Chris McKenzie next up. I think Archie Johnson, who's down in 5th place at the moment, 4th place, is not taking it easy, but Ben Crossley's just got the got in front here, so Ben Crossley has got the lead from Henry Houth. Ben Crossley could be signing off with a win. So these are your top 3: Crossley, Houth in pink, and then Chris McKenzie. And a little bit further back is our championship leader Archie Johnson. He only needs to finish this one because he is 28 points clear if we had the 6 from pole that he gets. And the lowest he can finish is, there we go, the lowest that he could finish is 6, so actually 5th now with Nicky Gauchi, and that's 34 points. So all he's got to do is pretty much tootle home, which I'm guessing is what he's going to do. Doesn't want to get involved here and risk things. Yeah,
it looks like it. He's just trying to run his own race there, but doesn't mean that these guys can't have a bit of fun up front. Looks like right now.
No, they are. I'll tell you what, he's going to have a race with Will Crooks there. Will's been a great addition this year as well. The driver from Whitby, hoping, he was saying to me earlier on in the year, to move to JCWs, and he would be a very welcome addition to that grid. I'll tell you what, I think Archie would be closer if he could, actually, in the number 10 car. But he's potentially our second sport champion. We'll see whether he can do that. Still Nick Tandy up at the front. Henry Houth beats Johnson last year. It's going to be one each in their championships, isn't it, Johnson and Houth? I wonder if they'll race together again next year and go for a decider as we head back to the front runners. A little bit of a gap now between Edmondson and Edwards, with Nick Tandy out front doing super work here for Napa, who, remember, lead the team's championship, so doing them no harm at all and picking up some good points over Edmondson and Edwards. Ovenden 4th, Nathan Harrison 5th. We go back to Webster, Richardson, Ned Anthony, and Ned's really getting to grips with the GP loop here.
Yeah, he's getting on with it. It's a pretty good effort, this is, because, you know, it's not just trying to do a lap of it, it's doing what he's doing now, and that's just trying to figure out what's going on and where I can undertake and overtake and get an overlap, because it's a technical place, this, and you need to place the car properly to get the run on drivers. So all good. Oh, is that O'Neill going? Oh my word.
Selby, yeah. Oh. And Harry Campy. Now we've got to give a shout out to Harry Campy as well, because he has got into 3rd place in the rookie standings with his excellent performance this weekend as Jensen O'Neill Guy looks at the man second in the championship, Lewis Selby.
Yeah, look at that. That's a great move. Look at his mirrors. They're both in, aren't they? He is not, well, once he's past here, he's got a problem. He's not going to know where anyone is. Oh, look at that, getting underneath, trying to, they can be. Look at the state of Selby's car, though. It's smoking. That left rear has actually had a big problem. They're getting right into this, aren't they? He's going to do this unless he opens the lock and puts him on the grass. That's brilliant driving from both of them.
Yeah, Lewis Selby was telling me this morning that he'd been giving a little bit of advice to Jensen O'Neill going, and I'll tell you what, it shows, doesn't it? And the fact that they all talk to each other, a little bit of banter, a little bit of obviously experience here from Lewis Selby. A bit of rubbing going on, though.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of rubbing. You can see on the back and the front of the cars that they've struck. I mean, that's a difficult one, having the 2 mirrors bent in there, because, like, literally you haven't got a clue. You've got the mirror inside the car.
Tyre smoke as well?
Yeah, quite a bit. I wouldn't be massively concerned at that at the minute. Depends how bad it is when it loads. So yeah, it's just the plastic trim, that. Yeah. So what we got here? Oh, it was a good pass, that, to be fair. There was a bit of braille on the way in to clear ways. But look at that. 3 of them going at it. And Campy's learning all the time about, you know, trying to get underneath people at this place.
Harry Campy's getting better and better and drawing more and more attention to himself as the season goes on. And he was saying to me yesterday, before they went out for qualifying, he really wanted to get a rookie win as of course you do in your first year. And he goes, I can't get one off this weekend because I'm going to be in the proper category next year.
Yeah.
But he's raced well though, been really impressive.
I don't know what's going on here with O'Neill going, because he's really dropped off the pace.
Yeah.
His car looks very slow in a straight line. I think he's got a problem. That is a problem. I don't know whether the car is. I don't know if the car is now starting to have a little bit of an overheat problem, but it just doesn't look fast in a straight line. That's a good effort. That's an inch away. Brilliant stuff round there. Not giving up though, is he?
No, a pair of them really giving us a good race to watch here. And Jenson O'Neill going, hangs on to it. Can people dive down with the outside as they come down into Graham Hill Bend? But Jenson, I don't think he's going to give up the corner here as they go into Graham Hill Bend. And this is good stuff from Cam. Has he got it done? He has.
That's a
Look
great move. That is a really good move. I think the front tyres or something is a big problem for Jet. I think that car is look at it running wide. I think that's got big front tyre problems. It's been knocked around so much, the geometry of the four wheels, it cannot be straight.
But you know, kudos to Harry Campy there, because he knew he had the performance to be able to have a go at that.
Yeah,
which he wouldn't normally.
To be fair, you see a lot of drivers pull out of that and try to get underneath.
Yeah.
Because they just know the outside is none. But he's used his head there and just braked later, come off the brakes and got the job done. Proper stuff that.
Really good stuff then from the Minis. 5 minutes of mini racing to go here in 2025, which is a great pity. Of course, we've got the Coopers for their big finale at the firework meeting here at Brands Hatch in November, which is well worth coming down to. And the fireworks will be literal and on track, I'm sure, at that meeting as they go back. Here's a replay of another pass. So Ned Anthony with Owen Hillman around the outside of Cam Richardson.
Lovely job. They're all having it today, aren't they? And Albert's just going to open that door, isn't he, and let the guys through. It's yeah, this has been a frantic start to the race, and now I think the tyres are just plateauing and everybody's just taking a little breather. We might see another little push at the front, but I think Tandy ain't going to make many mistakes.
You wouldn't think so, would you? He's been great here. 2 wins, he'll take that, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
super job. And a P2.
Yeah, but that's just professional drivers for you. That's the way it is.
Nothing further needs to be said, does it?
Nah. Not just pro drivers, but proper pro drivers.
Proper pro drivers, yeah. Super job. Max Edmondson will get the winner's points here with P2 at the moment. Here's the scrap for 12th position. And Owen Hillman, who raced in the Honda Civics.
Yes, yeah.
And Ned Anthony, who did a little bit of C1 racing, believe it or not. So massive step for Ned Anthony, running with the Amigo Motors team, Rob Gaffney and his dad John running that team.
Yeah.
And they're going to have another car next year, I hear.
Top
Shall
people.
I announce it and wind up a Welshman?
Yeah, go on.
No, I'm not going to. I'll see if he's watching now.
Braver man than me.
There's Cam Richardson, race winner in the Coopers earlier on in the season as well. The great thing with Napa as well, they put different branding out there as well, which has given us other brands coming in. I think it's been good for them to get different products on their cars, you know, for the spectators and viewers to see over the course of the season as well. And it helps them stand out. But yeah, this is a good drive here from Ned Anthony, 12th overall. He took a rookie win earlier in the season. And so all the drivers, you can pick a strong point over the course of the year, which is great for me. It's been a really good season.
Yeah, really good to watch. It's been long and hard fought, but that's what we expect from these one makes, because if it's a touring car feeder series, they've got to be hard fought.
Owen Hillman's going to have another go. He goes out wide here into Paddock Hill Bend. Is he going to be able to get a cut back on Ned Anthony, who's really developed well in the Thatcher's car? Let's see whether he can. Is Hillman going to get there? And he can't. Ned just pulls back across. This could bring Cam Richardson back into the mix as well for 13th place. He's going to close out. That might take the pressure off Anthony as they come down the hill once again. And Ned's done some good attacking here, but having to learn his defence as well. I think he had a lonely race in race 2. And certainly being given a workout here with 2 minutes 40 on the clock. Tandy's still first with fastest lap. So coming on to the Grand Prix loop once again. Yeah, and this is Owen Hillman here. Is going to come under a wee bit of pressure from Cam Richardson. Let's see what Cam's got in the tank to be able to see if he can pass. But we're getting onto the parts of the circuit where it's not as easy.
No, it's not, and it's bravery and placing your car. Like I say, the one thing I'll always coach people is you just need to put yourself in people's mirrors, and then they can. Then you'll start slowing them up, because as soon as they defend, you can get back to your place for the racing line, and then you can attack and take more momentum in. But you've got to be careful how you do it, and it's a really difficult skill to learn.
Well, these guys are certainly learning that. That one's gone off the boil a little bit. So time to catch up with the race leaders. Nick Tandy away, Edmondson second. Edwards trying to close up for third, and he just seemed to have that little glitchy moment or two in the opening laps, which put him behind Edmondson, but he's back on the case again and having a go.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really hard-fought one to the end. Edmondson really fast in the beginning. I think he might have took a little bit of life out of his tyres here.
Yeah, he's looking, actually, again, thanks to Matt Salisbury, at possibly second position in the championship. He's 34 points down on Lewis Selby coming into this. At Edmondson, what a result that would be. He's rookie champion, as we know, but P2 overall, that's going to be a good result, and well earned for the team, as Henry Howarth is our leader in the race for the sport category. But it looks like the championship is not, I don't think, going to go to him, but he's done all that he can in this race, Henry Howarth.
Yeah, he's done well.
Actually, it's Ben Crossley, I beg your pardon. Ben Crossley leading it. He's third in this one. And so the car, I think one car behind him is the new champion. So this is the car that's third in sport in the race. Ben Crossley, apologies to Ben and his family, leading this one. But Henry Howarth's had a good year. He'll win the, he'll win the rookie car.
Yeah, so it'll be
Can't work out why he's second overall and the other guy's in the rookies as well, but second. So the overall winner is second in the rookies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's the way it goes, mate.
It's the way it goes, yeah. It's the way the points have fallen at certain rounds. So
take the accolades.
Henry will take something with him. Henry will take something with him. But in what the overall sport category, he's having a lonely race of it at the moment. And we flick back, and here is our champion going through. The TJ Hall colours of Archie Johnson on his way. 14 seconds left on the clock, and he is our potential champion here of JCW Sport. Him and Henry have given a great season. Ben Crossley's going to annex third here with the win. He'll be third in the championship, Ben Crossley, and another class win to add to his collection, which has been very good. And of course, these guys up front, this isn't finished yet. Tom Oven getting in the mix again.
Yeah, that's took the pressure off Max Edmondson, isn't it? So this battle, that little tap saying, can you hurry up, mate? Like, literally, I wouldn't mind a little podium here, so can you just crack on a little bit, mate?
We'll have more of this next year, please. All come back, guys, including Nick Tandy, and we'll have a bit of that front to rear
getting involved.
contact going on.
Yeah.
A little tap here.
It's been a good weekend. It's been good racing. This circuit always brings out good racing and bouncing off these curbs, and we can see now Nick Tandy's just bringing the car home now. Inch perfect. Won't be flat out through here. Just taking a little less curve than usual compared to the guys behind, but this has been an absolutely sterling weekend for this lad.
Heard a lot of the spectators around the track yesterday and today, Paul, saying Nick Tandy's racing this week. A lot of, you don't have to be knowledgeable to know the name, and he has infused a lot of people here. And I think folks saying wouldn't it be great to have seen him in a touring car as well. It's been mega to see him in the Mini. Super job by Mini and the Napa Racing Tools team, who are going to get the team crown here, and it's a double win for Nick Tandy as he goes down here across the line, takes the win, taps the top of the car. Second place goes to Max Edmondson. Great stuff for Max. Nathan Edwards third. Tom Ovenden, the new champion, is in fourth place from Nathan Harrison. A good return from Harrison. Josh Porter in sixth. Alex Solly next up. It's going to be Charlie Hand in eighth from Lewis Selby, and Harry Campy completing our top 10. So this battle was sorted out, wasn't it? Ned Anthony's done a good job. He's going to come home in 12th place ahead of Owen Hillman. This one extinguished over the last couple of laps a little bit, that battle, but they will cross the line safely and look forward to next season. And now we are going to look for, here is our champion elect coming through just by finishing here. He's done superb stuff in the wins. This will be his, he's had 8 wins. He's not going to grab a win here in class in this race, but Archie Johnson will be the JCW Sport Champion of 2025. The pressure's going to be on now to get him in the JCWs. He is rightly delighted with that. He battled all year with a man who finishes second in the championship, which is Henry Howarth. But many congratulations to Archie Johnson. It was Howarth that won, as we've told you, last year in the Fiesta Am class, beat Archie Johnson to the title, and this year Johnson's got his revenge. And you just feel that's a great racing rivalry which we look forward to seeing continuing over the coming years.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations to you, Archie, and Jam Sport for getting you out there, mate. Great stuff, and that meant a lot to him. Did you see that? He was in the car. It was great. It's brilliant to see. So yeah, good work, fella. Every championship is difficult, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
What it is, you have to be the best of the best. So well done, you, mate.
We just didn't know where that one was going to go this weekend, and Archie was behind Henry for a lot of the season, but reeled him in the closing stages, got in front at Silverstone and just kept going here at Brands Hatch. Round 19 of the Vertu Mini Challenge, our final race of 2025, and it's the second win of the weekend for Nick Tandy for Napa Racing UK. Max Edmondson second from Nathan Edwards and Tom Ovenden. Nathan Harrison fifth ahead of Josh Porter and Alex Solly. Charlie Hand in 8th, Lewis Selby 9th and Harry Campy in 10th. Jenson O'Neill going 11th ahead of Ned Anthony and Owen Hillman. Cam Richardson was next from Albert Webster and Brent Bowie. The win for the JCW Sport category going to Ben Crossley from Chris Mackenzie, with Henry Howard second in the championship but third in the race. Will Crooks was next up and completing our top 20, and our new champion Archie Johnson finishing 22nd behind Alex Brandon in his newly liveried car running under developmental licence. So we need to check out how the standings look at the end of the season. The overall drivers' champion Tom Ovenden wrapped it up in the last race. Max Edmondson goes into second position. Well done, Max, from Lewis Selby. Nathan Edwards and Josh Porter in 5th. The rookie championship, Max Edmondson the winner of that from Charlie Hand in P2, and Harry Campy 3rd from Alex Solly and Cam Richardson wrapping up our top 5. JCW Sport, Archie Johnson the champion by 22 points from Henry Howarth and Ben Crossley. Chris Mackenzie and Will Crooks follow them up. And in the rookies, Henry Howarth from Archie Johnson, Will Crooks and Nicky Gauci. Time for a breather up here in the commentary box, but we've got all the news and reaction from Louise Goodman down there in Parc Ferme.
Thank you. Yes, just breaking into the conversation in our top 2 finishers here. I mean, Nick, not a bad visit to Minis. 2 out of 3, 2 race wins and a P2. You've enjoyed this, haven't you?
I have, yeah. It's always enjoyable to, to be competitive and run at the front and get trophies. So I just need a day's practice, And I learnt a lot yesterday following the others around for a bit. So yeah, we figured out a bit to do what I needed with the car today. And as always, the Napa Racing UK team have done wonders with the car, and yeah, that race is the first time really all weekend I felt really comfortable with it. But I've got a lot of admiration for the guys that run at the front in this series now. I've watched lots of stuff on board and from the side of the track, but to actually be inside and figure out what they're up against some of the time, it's pretty impressive. But yeah, we've had a good day. Happy.
You were looking really comfortable in there as well. I mean, a great move to take the lead. You were drifting it around some of the corners as well.
Yes, yeah, they're good fun. This is the thing, it's there's a whole tyre warm-up, part of it, and knowing how hard to push on cold rears before the rears come up and then the fronts go off, and then how to manage that. And honestly, I think the main thing that I learned was how to manage, the front tyres and keeping them in the window. So, yeah, lots to learn. A few trophies, lots of points. Happy days.
Great stuff. It's been great having you here with us. And Max, congratulations. I mean, another great race for you. Well, I say great race. You fluffed your start. That wasn't your finest moment, was it?
Yeah, these cars are so hard to start, obviously, compared to what I'm used to. But my plan was to get a good start and just follow everyone through, but it didn't turn out that way. But I'm happy, yeah. Car felt good. It was very bouncy. I wanted to try and take it to Nick right at the start, and obviously I think, as you've seen, my tyres went off towards the end, so I kind of messed it up. But yeah, it was good to obviously be on track with someone like that and give it to him a bit at the start.
Nice move to take P2, and that's clinched P2 in the title for you as well. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy with that. That's right. I came into this weekend, obviously I knew that P1 would have been a very big stretch, and I came in to try and get obviously P2. But after obviously my DNS yesterday, I thought that was kind of off the cards, to be honest. But yeah, that's great news to end my day.
Well done. Well, do you know what's going to be happening with you next year, or is it a bit too early to say? I'm
going to try obviously do this again, because obviously I've dreamed to be on this grid for a long time now, and we've worked hard obviously to make it happen this year. But my plan is to come back next year and bring the championship home.
Good stuff. We will see you here next year. And a quick word with our sport champion as well, Archie. Well done. I mean, that's any championship title is a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. The cars felt mega all weekend, and I'm just so happy I've been able to clinch it.
I mean, how tricky was it?
Very tricky, because the tyres in that last race went off, but I just knew I needed to bring the car home, so towards the end I started coasting around.
What's going through your mind at that point? Because it's never easy coasting round, is it? Actually, it's like it's a double-edged sword. If you coast round, you can lose concentration.
Well, exactly. I mean, my driver coach told me to make sure I was in a rhythm no matter what pace I was going at, so I tried to make sure I was just staying in a rhythm, making sure I was concentrated, and just, doing what I needed to do.
What's lined up for you next year yet? Do you know, are you coming back for a bit more?
Fingers crossed, JCWs.
Lovely.
JCW. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Good stuff. We look forward to that then. Right.